Welcome back to another Purpose Served podcast episode, everybody. I'm your host, Darren Wingfield. We're back with another one. It's been a little hiatus. I would want to say the last 2 weeks, but there has been a lot going on. I've recently just turned 27 last Wednesday, and there has been a lot going on in a whole retrospect of this whole Purpose Served community growing and what's been going on, and also what's been going on with me as well. It feels as though, I don't know if you guys believe in a higher power or not, like God, the universe, or whatever, but last Saturday specifically, it felt like I was aware to the bigger picture outside of myself. And just to break that down in the context for you guys, as of recent, I would want to say within the last 2 or 3 weeks, the whole entire thing of me even doing Purpose Serve was through the element of basketball and how that got me here. And then the first time in the last 10 years, basketball has not necessarily been a priority for me as of late. And since 2009, 10, around that time, that has been the main priority, the main objective over everything else for the most part. And that was the driving force for me for a long time. And in spite of that, I learned so much about myself, and I also learned so much about the world that I live in, you know, and how there are two things. You got people that are realists, and you also got people that are dream chasers and, have ideas and all of these crazy things. But the one thing that I realized Saturday was there's a such thing as integrating those two things in order to, really serve your purpose and fulfill your purpose. And for example, you have two people. The first person is this person that, looks at the world through the lens of a child, of a kid. This person, they're very hopeful, they're very optimistic. They look for the positives in all things and believe that anything is possible. And then on the opposite end of that spectrum, you got people or a person that believes that, that's unrealistic to have your dreams come true. It's unrealistic to, they create these lofty ideas and everything. They're in a way, they're the perfect filter system for the dreamer in a sense. In a way where they're so grounded in reality that a lot of things that's new and different is really, really hard for them to accept. You know what I mean? Based off of their personal experiences, most likely, and them, once being that kid and that dreamer. But, due to the harshness of reality, things don't typically work out the way that, both sides want it to work out. But the difference between the person that lives in reality and the person that lives in, La La Land is that the person that's optimistic, they still keep going in spite of, the limitations that people put on them. Now, this is not to say that people who think realistic, that they're negative. In fact, they are not. Oftentimes, it comes from a place of safety more than anything and not taking unnecessary risk. Because the truth of the matter is, for those of y'all that's listening, man, y'all can have a billion ideas, but the chances are that, majority of them work is pretty much slim to none. Oftentimes it's not going to work, and you have to find a way to integrate the reality of things with the kid in you and form it and conjoin it into the one thing, one living thing. People have a hard time of doing this. You know what I mean? And it kind of is dangerous to live on both sides, um, you know, solely. And it's best to kind of combine those two, archetypes of a person to form a whole, in a sense. Now, going back to Saturday for me, it was in a sense where I was made aware, by the higher power, whatever you want to call it, the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you want to call it. I really don't care. But it was in a way that it showed me the reality of everything that I'm currently in right now and where I should be going. And for me, it was definitely against the grain of how I've been going about it, and everything that I've been doing. I'm kind of, leaning towards purpose served way more than ever before, which is also, like I always talk about on this podcast, is the art of sacrifice and knowing that something has to give at some point. And right now, like I say, I always want to be real with you guys about currently where I'm at, just to help you guys where y'all at as well. And for me, the most important thing, like I said, is integrating those two and seeing the reality of that. It was some strong, clear choices that, that I had to make, that I had to sit on, and that I had to think about. And it was not easy things for my mind to wrap itself like around, And a lot of things that I'm doing right now, I have no clue what I'm doing. I actually haven't for a really, really long time. You know what I'm saying? Even in the realm of basketball, just to be open and honest and vulnerable with you guys. But at the same time, there's a conviction in me and there's a strong sense of faith that whatever that's guiding me, the more I've been listening to it, the more I've been put at ease. I mean, well, yeah, like moments like Saturday when it just feels like nothing made sense anymore. Everything made sense up until that point, and then nothing really made sense up until my birthday, which was last Wednesday. So it was a lot of me. Like there was, I want to say from that Saturday going all the way up till Tuesday, it was one of those things where I removed myself from everything, everyone, just to get clarity for myself and really hone in on what I'm doing and the reality of the situation, and also add that kid narrative to it as well, that dreamer narrative to it. This is the lesson that I want to present to you guys that overcame me. If you do have a strong conviction about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and what you're trying to accomplish, look within yourself. Ask yourself the right questions and see what you need to do. A lot of times, what halts us is always continuing to try to find further information on the things that we need to do when we know at the end of the day what we need to do. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't do that. And for me, I work tirelessly hard to do and maintain everything that I've been doing, and I'm at this every single day. Every single day. There isn't a moment that goes by where I'm not thinking about being the best version of myself in any given way, shape, or form, whether that be physically, like going to the gym, mentally with testing what I'm willing to learn, and also what I'm willing to do. But yeah, I've been honing in on what I've been doing, and it's definitely been for momentum during this whole entire process. And it does get extremely, extremely stressful. And what makes this whole process stressful is just that when you really dedicate yourself to something like wholeheartedly and immerse yourself into whatever it is that you're doing, you in a way get consumed by it. Um, a good situation I could bring this up to make this like in a sense more relatable is like, for example, celebrity drama. If you find out a certain celebrity, Jesus Christ, can I even give an example? This goes to show how out the loop I am with everything that's going on. Oh, I know a perfect example. The recent situation with this Travis Scott concert. You know what I mean? To everyone that lost their lives out there, my condolences to the friends and family and all the loved ones. They definitely will be missed, and also to all the people that had to get hospitalized. Situation like that. Um, a lot of people get consumed by stuff like that. You know what I mean? Even though they was not there, nowhere near there. You even got some people that probably hate Travis Scott and don't even listen to his music. But they know what's going on and they're consumed by it and they're following this story every single day. You know what I mean? But what is that doing for them with them consuming that? You know, it ain't really doing nothing for their well being. And for purpose served, that's the ultimate most important thing is your well being. You know what I mean? Because all in all, we're living in a reality where people don't really necessarily give a shit about your well being. You know what I mean? They just want to take as much as they can from you. You know what I mean? And that's why you guys consume a lot of things because there's people always out there putting stuff in your face. Granted, with me saying that, I could be a hypocrite, and me being that person that's doing this right now is however you want to perceive it, to be quite honest. But all in all, the whole message that I always try to put across is you guys going within, going with you're the source. You are tapped into the power of the source. Now, what made me snap out of this, like, Debbie Downer vibe that I had for a real long time because I wasn't in a good mood. I wasn't up for nothing. I just really wasn't. I was over a lot, you know what I mean? And when I'm not that, you know what I mean, motivated person and all of that, on the opposite end, I can be extremely, extremely serious, not really in the mood to deal with nothing or nobody. Yeah, everybody has that, you know what I mean? But the mindset that it did develop in me is that I gotta keep pushing. I have to keep pushing, not necessarily work harder than I have been, but do things to get more clarity, to make things more simple as they go on, you know? But discipline is very, very important to that. And the only reason why I say that is discipline helps you control pain. It helps you control suffering, and at the end of the day, that's why y'all all want to do what y'all really want to do. Y'all either want to end the suffering that y'all going through, the stress that y'all got going on, and y'all think that, the money or that dream job or having that car or the house is going to fix that suffering and pain that you're going through and that stress. Well, most likely it probably won't. You probably get that house or whatever. You know, it's like Love Yours of J. Cole, was money without happiness or hard times without the people you love. And when you really, you know, stop putting that your value on those outside things and reverse it, you would be a much more, I wouldn't say necessarily happy person, but you'll be more fulfilled. And it'll take less to fulfill you. You know what I mean? I went to the bar with all of two of my friends. When was this? Literally a week ago. You know what I mean? But that it just showed me the type of person that I am now, man. I'm boring, bro. The whole time we was there, man, I'm just sitting there talking about something. I gotta meet my mom's at Barnes and Nobles for a meeting that we're having in retrospect to everything that she has going on with her business and what I'm doing with Purpose Served and turning it into a business and everything. But that's where my mind is at constantly, and nothing really could distract me from that. You know what I mean? There was even these girls there that just literally, it just seemed like they came out of the blue and they came right near us, having a good time. You know what I mean? Like they're turned up. They was teed up. You know what I mean? And one of them just came literally right next to me, just standing like on my shoulder, and didn't have to do that. But I kind of seen what it was hitting for. But uh, my mind was somewhere else. You know what I mean? And this is this is how easy distractions come in and creep in on you. You know what I mean? And they're easy to take, bro. I don't even know why I said bro. There's females watching this, but all in all, you guys have to be aware of those distractions that's out there that's looking to derail you. You know what I'm saying? And all in all, they're there to show you the other side of yourself. And I'm gonna bring this back to the two character types from that I brought up earlier with the realist and the one who's dreamy. The imagination person. You know what I'm saying? Both have blind spots. Both have ways of distraction seeping in to take them away from what their mission at hand is. Like for example, a realist can have somebody that is have an imagination person pop up with ideas and plans for these ideas, and this realist can very well be missing out on the opportunity to live a life of their dreams or even head in that direction. You know what I'm saying? But on the other end of things, the person that's in imagination land, they can realize, well, not realize, and be unaware to the dangers that lie ahead of them living in a false reality world where they keep pushing and pushing and pushing towards something where, you know, their world just start to get shut down. Nobody believes in it. All of that. That oftentimes drive people into some strong depression and causes some mental health issues because of them being rejected by the world constantly. You know, this could make somebody implode on themselves. It happens quite often, you know, and I'm pretty sure it probably happened to anyone that's watching this and listening to this podcast. It most likely happened at some given point, you know. It for sure happened to me chasing this basketball, you know. It happened to me a couple of times where I made really drastic decisions going for this. You know, but all in all, the more I kept doing it, the more failures that I started hitting. I was, you know, making myself more realistic as time went on. And that definitely started shaping the way I viewed other things. And that's why I say when you go chase that passion with intent on being the best that you can be, that very well can happen. But you have to have the right reasons in place, and there's so many X factors that you have to keep in mind. With timing being one of those things that's a huge factor, where you're at. That's another thing that's like a huge factor to the whole grand scheme of things. But with that being said, the key to all of this is simply the start before you even want to jump in and start doing things crazy. If your mind even is thinking about your whole entire life kind of differently right now, just stop and remember this one thing. The ultimate key to a lot of this stuff is self-awareness. That is the key. Self-awareness is going to tell you a lot about yourself in different given moments, depending on what feelings that it triggers. Because any given moment, feelings are being triggered, which means that this is taking some sort of effect on you in your decision making and how you move. And a lot of things that goes on in our life, we completely go, our mind goes autopilot. Shout out to Grace. I'm always giving a shout out to Grace, but she has been so helpful to me since March, the end of March, April, around that time. And I've been working with her for a little over half a year now at this point. And I met her through Instagram, and I was curious about the work that she was doing. And she pretty much hosts mindfulness practices and all of that. Very, very awesome, genuine person. And if you feel free to reach out to her if you want to practice mindfulness. But she has been helping me get clarity, not even towards anything specific. Just being grounded with myself, taking time out for myself, understanding myself. And it's been probably one of the most profound, pivotal things that, I've been applying all year. So if you guys have been following this podcast every Tuesday for an hour from 5 to 6, I work with Grace and we journal, breathe, all of this stuff. And I'm telling you guys this because these are simple practices that you can start to implement to bring you grounded if you're feeling stressed out about where you currently at in your life, because life gets stressful, man, and I keep saying this all the time. In a sense, it feels like it never necessarily get easier. You just learn how to manage it better, and that's why I say discipline is very important. And ultimately, discipline is what saved me through basketball. I like discipline so much. I didn't do my homework in school. Only thing that saved me high key was testing quizzes, and I was really good at those. You know what I mean? Because I could study the last 2 days before a test and get the concept of whatever the test is on. But I wasn't going to be doing my homework. And sometimes I really didn't even do my classwork, to be quite honest with you. And that behavior, of course, carried on outside of college, and to the point where I was just trying to take the easy way with every single thing, you know what I mean? Which led to me developing pretty bad habits of, I always say, substance abuse, drinking all the time, the whole entire nine. It's all, at the end of the day, unhealthy, but something as simple as focusing on your breathing. How often do you guys stop in your day to sit there and be with yourself and focus on something that literally keeps you alive? If you was to stop doing it, you would be dead. If you was to stop breathing and bringing your attention and your focus and your mental to you breathing in, to you breathing out, that can be a great way to take you away from the stress that you're dealing with and get to the bottom of things. But that's practicing being self-aware simply on breathing. One of the most simplest things that you can do. So I'm going to challenge you guys. If y'all ever get in a real stressful situation, or not even, I hope it won't even get to that point, you feel yourself getting worked up, take literally 1 minute. Put a timer on your phone. Y'all all got phones. I'm pretty sure that's what y'all most likely listening to me on or watching me through is your phone. Set a timer for 60 seconds, a minute, and sit there and bring your attention towards your breathing and see how you feel. If I'm wrong, if you ever see me in person, you can slap the hell out of me as hard as you can. If I'm right, y'all all owe me $5. That's gonna add up. I know it's gonna add up. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But also, I want to get you guys pretty much updated with Purpose Served and what we got going on with the Purpose Served family. You know what I mean? We are now currently working on building the Purpose Served community. Like I said, I'm looking for 1,000 people to join the Purpose Served community to overall help the culture of your mental health, your well-being. That's all really, really, really important. So please go. It's in the description. So go there, sign up. I met some guy, Greg Sloan, awesome dude. Last Wednesday, around the time of my birthday, I used the Wisdom app for the very first time, which transitioned to some pivotal moves. But Greg is a guy that he lives solely on purpose, runs his businesses and everything, with helping individuals, companies, and everything, find their purpose through what they're doing and helping them create a system in regards to that. But just talking to him and how much wisdom that he holds and just listening to some of the things that he say it was very profound meeting him and how much wisdom that he was blessing me with. With something as small as me going on a Wisdom app. I went on there. It's a very awesome app, by the way. Please download the Wisdom app. If you guys want to talk to me personally, join one-on-one conversations, all of that, download the Wisdom app. That's where you will be able to reach me at and talk to me directly. Also, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Got on LinkedIn, Facebook, all of that. That's all going to be in the description down below. But I recently just started a series for content on Purpose Served in regards to following people's lives that probably passed away or are still alive today who held a significant impact on our society, good, bad, and indifferent. But I started with, of course, my guy Kobe Bryant. So I would love for you guys to go check that video out. That's also going to be down in the description. Scratch that. I'm going to put it up here somewhere at this point. There it is. But please check that out. And my whole entire goal is to inspire people to go after what they love in spite of what they're going through. Create a life that brings them fulfillment in spite of what they're going through, to manage the stress, and you're going to leave an impact on other people to do the same thing. I know that for a fact. My birthday last Wednesday made me realize that. It was very, very, very overwhelming in a sense it was overwhelming to receive the love that I got, man, and how much people, say that, they appreciate me as a person and what I do, and I was extremely moved by it. It made me very humble, and it made me realize that I'm doing the right thing. Like I said, I don't know necessarily what I'm doing. I didn't know how to start a podcast. Basketball, I literally didn't know how that was going to work out. Even with Purpose Served in general, I'm just following the vibe and I'm following the source. And yeah, it gets scary. It get real scary at times, you know what I mean? But when you take risk, that's what come with it. But due to the fact of the disciplines that I implemented, for example, through the game of basketball, And discipline being, like I said, it's in spite of pain. It helps you control suffering. When you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like doing something and you seek comfort, I'm the type of person that I put that comfort aside, and the side that overpowers me is the side that says go after it. You tired. You are tired. You worked mad hard, but you gotta go. And it's like, all right, Daryl, you gotta go. You heard what you said. You gotta go. You can't stay here. And you guys have to train yourself to not compromise with yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do that as least as you possibly can. Because that's the trick to see if you really want whatever it is that you're trying to get bad enough. That's literally the trick. You know what I mean? And also, it can be a trap. But being self-aware, to, like, for example, the way I just put it in my head, that's how it sounds in my head. Before it wasn't that clear to see color. Before it was either black, white, or gray. You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do. I'm just not going to do whatever. But you guys know what I'm saying. When you get that clarity to do something, do it wholeheartedly. And also, once you start doing this, you're in a way preparing yourself. When you do this, you prepare yourself for opportunities. A lot of people miss out on opportunities because they're not aware to them. But if you practice self-awareness, you will be aware to the opportunities because you're prepared through self-awareness. So through that awareness of opportunity, you create a situation that's in your favor. When you see something, you're like, oh, good thing I've been doing that. I noticed this. They call that luck, people. They literally call that luck. Do I believe in luck? In a sense, yeah. But not really. Oftentimes, I realize that you're either prepared or you're not. And the people that's not prepared, that comes across as unlucky. But the people that are prepared, they always seem to be the lucky people. But little do you know behind closed doors of what they did to prepare to be ready for that opportunity. And don't be that person that miss out. And if you guys are hearing this, there's a reason why you're at this moment, at this exact time listening to this. And I know for a fact it's resonating with y'all. A lot of y'all feel literally similar to me with what y'all going through. But I just want to be the person to highlight these type of things in spite of what I'm going through. But thank you guys for tuning in yet again to another Purpose Served podcast episode. I love y'all, man. Every last one of y'all that be tuning in all the time, man. So much love and respect to you guys. And I really do wish the best for you guys in spite of some of the tough times that y'all go through. Please, if you are new to this, please share. You never know who might need this message, you know what I'm saying? And subscribe to the content for more content. And join the Purpose Served community. If you don't know even what the Purpose Served community is about, click the Purpose Served community video, and that will give you a breakdown to what it is. And the whole goal is to help people work on their social well-being, their mental well-being, and their emotional well-being. And a new one that's going to be added is your financial well-being as well, because that one is the key. That's like the driving force to a lot of people's stress, whether it's lack of money or what they're doing with the money. You know what I mean? That's very, very important. And that's something with speaking with Greg that he highlighted to me. But yet and still, we will be doing the like purpose building a community talks on Wisdom app. So please download the Wisdom app. We're most likely going to be having a talk this week, either Wednesday or Thursday at 5 p.m. I'm going to be talking with Greg in the realm of building building a community, and using Purpose Served as that gateway to do that. That's kind of the mission right now, and I would need you guys' help to build that. All in all, serve your purpose. I love you guys, and deuces.